me, first coming to Michigan, I'm definitely in the shadow of my brother.
James Ross to third, right up the gut.
Sometimes people refer to me as James, but at the end of the day, it was just about proving myself.
Josh Ross, some hard hitting going on.
Attacking the days the right way, doing what I'm supposed to do, and just being about my business from the day I stepped foot in here.
Josh Ross is a man. I mean, that's a huge, hard hit. That's what you want to see.
His football IQ is amazing. I always thought like I had a high football IQ, but his football IQ is like out of this world. He's kind of like a second coach to me.
Colson in on the play again, as was Josh Ross.
Following Josh, I've just been able to just pick up on like every little thing he does, like physicality.
Takes a hit.
I love watching him come in and grow as a freshman because he's very mature for his age. He's very developed for his age as far as an athleticism standpoint, and he attacks it the right way every single day.
After like the first couple games, he was like, I can tell like, you know, you're nervous out there. He's like always picking me up. I was like, hey, you know what you can do? You might be a freshman, but you know your talent level, you know what you can do.
David Ajabo stripped it, and Junior Colson has it.
Josh has helped raise my confidence tremendously. He's been an awesome leader.
It's definitely an honor to be in that light. At the end of the day, you know, my main thing is just wanting to see my teammates be the best they can be every single day. And one thing about Junior is that's the type of guy he is. He's developing himself into an elite linebacker for sure.
Growing up in Haiti, I enjoyed it. We didn't really have school like we have here. My dad died when I was about seven and a half, and his will was for me to get adopted. I was at an orphanage because my uncle owned the orphanage.
We're foster parents, been involved in foster care in the state. We started looking at overseas adoption. My daughter Amanda was part of a small group in our church. They had advertised, if you will, an opportunity to go help in the orphanage in Haiti.
It must have been 2010. The earthquake had just happened, and the opportunity came to go on this missions trip.
It was kind of overwhelming to just see like all these kids are really happy and joyful, and it's, you know, we're in the middle of, you know, poverty. And then the other part was a little bit heartbreaking just because you see so much of that poverty and where they're coming from.
The specific trip was to the orphanage because they had young children that needed clothes and needed formula. Seeing Junior for the first time, he just stuck out. He has this bright smile and this sparkle in his eye, even though he's at an orphanage.
We just connected. You could just, I don't even know how else to explain it, but just that feeling, it was just something so simple, yet it just felt so strong.
I got to communicate with them via email and FaceTime while my daughter Amanda and Melanie were at the orphanage. Definitely were excited for the opportunity to help and to bring Junior home.
The adoption process took approximately 2 years from the time we made our decision to adopt Junior.
Finally in 2012, we decided to take the flight, and that was something I was really willing to go on the plane.
When we did get to the airport and the realization then sinking in that, oh, I'm gonna fly on an airplane. I'm leaving Haiti in the language I know. What's it going to be like on the other side? Eventually he calmed down once we were in the air. He was actually happy.
That was my first plane ride ever. When I first got off, we got off the terminal. All of our family members and just friends were all there holding up welcome home signs. First thing I saw in America was a Michigan hat. Cause that's what all my family members were wearing, cause like they're big Michigan fans.
My oldest son Joshua had the Michigan hat on and would have never even thought at that time of any other connection to it.
I knew it was my part to be a mentor. Sports was one thing I knew, and I didn't care what sport it was. If it was soccer, baseball, I was like, what do you want to do?
I was very big into soccer, so I was like, always like, come on, sign me up for soccer, sign me up for soccer.
And we're like, it's not soccer season.
But there's some big thing here, it's called football.
It'll be fun, it'll help you learn some English.
I didn't know English, so like most of the time, like I just played running back, and they'll hold up signs like run that way.
He was fast. He was engaged at least. Then once he broke through the language barrier, it was, you know, people were like, well, the kid's really good. I was like, that's my brother.
Then he decided he wanted to play college football, and we had to remind him that, you know, junior high and high school come before college, so let's just take this 1 year at a time. Junior wanted to go to all these camps. Even if it was a school he wasn't interested in, going to camps was just important.
We first went to a camp in Kentucky, and then she was like, you know what, we're halfway to Michigan. Might as well just going up to Michigan.
Then afterwards, while we're waiting for the camp to finish and Coach Harbaugh to be done talking to all the campers and everything,
Coach Harbaugh pulled me up into his office and was like, we're giving you a scholarship.
and Junior was like, and he looked at me, and I'm like, say yes, you know. He said, yes, sir, absolutely.
To this day, it still amazes me where he is versus when we brought him home at 9 years old. And it's quite amazing. So
I'll be honest, it still hasn't hit me yet. I still feel like that little kid that just got off the plane.
To see his dream come true and to know that we were able to help that dream come true for him was just surreal.